kick there, landing.
On August 20th at the Copper Box Arena in London, England, the PFL will be holding the final instalment of the PFL playoffs. This event will host the Featherweight division and the Women's Lightweight divisions. We'll have 4 fights deciding the finalists for the championships in November. The championship will be on the line, but also that $1 million prize. The first fight on the main card will be one half of the men's featherweight bracket. We'll see Ryuji Kudo taking on a very familiar face in Bubba Jenkins. Now Kudo is the one to watch for me in this division. He was very impressive against Lochney in his first fight, but in his second fight in the regular season, he won by a devastating right-hand knockout. This kid is quite special, and of course Bubba Jenkins, with his great wrestling credentials, will be trying to slow this fight down and control his opponent. But the fact that we don't know much about Kudo right now is what makes him exciting. We know he's got power, we know he's very skilled. We need to find out how far he can go in this playoffs. And Bubba Jenkins is going to test him at every range. Next we move on to the women's lightweight division, where we have Elena Kaleshnik taking on Larissa Pacheco. Now Pacheco is the scariest individual in this division in my eyes. Of course, all eyes are on Kayla Harrison in the finals, and Pacheco has lost twice to Kayla Harrison, but she's getting better every time. And the last couple of fights, she's stopping her opponents in the first round. It's hard to imagine anybody's going to be able to control that kind of power. And on the other side, Elena, she's going to try and back her opponent up against the fence and try and trade strikes with her as well. But that might be a miscalculation. I think the more patience that she has, the more she tries to drag this into the later rounds, the better the chance she has of beating Pacheco. And then moving back to the men's featherweight division, the grudge match between Chris Wade and Lochney. Now Brendan, of course, fighting on home turf, he's going to have the crowd behind him. But Chris Wade likes the idea of coming into enemy territory. And also with that first round knockout over Kyle Botniak in his last fight, we've got to be thinking Chris Wade is a favourite in this fight going in.
Hard to tell if that's the ankle or the knee, but he's out of my way!
We've seen his patience and his range control, and he's going to need that against Brendan. Brendan's a great striker in his own right. So I expect a very, very fast-paced mixed martial arts fight from both of these guys. And I think the winner of this will be the favourite to win the playoffs in the end. Of course, Brendan is a very, very skilled individual, but the pressure is all on his shoulders. He does have a win over Kudo, so if he does go through to the final, at least he's familiar with the guys that he'll meet there. Very, very competitive this one is though, and Chris Wade is coming to prove a point. And then the main event of the night, the final fight of the women's lightweight playoffs, Kayla Harrison taking on Martina Ginderova. Of course, Kayla Harrison's going to try and close this fight down and get her hands on her opponent. If she puts her on the floor, judo takes over, and that 2-time Olympic gold medal qualification that she's got really comes into play. If this fight stays on the feet, Ginderova's very aggressive. She's got fast hands, she's got good takedown defense against everybody else in the division. It's different against Kayla Harrison, of course, but if she is able to keep this one on the feet, if she is able to land some strikes on Kayla Harrison early, she might steal the show, and that would be a real upset for her moving through to the playoffs in November. Of course, Kayla Harrison is going to be the huge favourite, but this is mixed martial arts, and you can't count anybody out. And with $1 million on the line, people rise to the occasion. August 20th at the Copper Box Arena in London. Make sure you're there. Do not miss these fights. I'll see you there.